our channel. I'm Hesti, and in today's video we are at manuscript and historical documents of Zoroastrians. I'm so excited and let's check it out.
Okay, welcome to our museum. This is the Museum of Manuscript and Historical Documents located in the Dasturon neighborhood in Yazd. Dastur means mubed and mubed means priest. So this is the neighborhood which belonged to the Zoroastrian priests in the past. It means that all the houses in this neighborhood were occupied by the Zoroastrian mubeds or priests. The picture you see here is the picture of Arbab Mehrabane Pulad. Arbab Mehrabane Pulad was born in this neighborhood from a priest family, and he grew up in this neighborhood. Actually, he was born in 1883, and during his life he did so many activities such as financial activities and business activities. He established different business firms in different cities in Iran such as Shiraz, Ahvaz, Burj, Tehran and Yazd. He was also the member of the Zoroastrian association called Anjuman Naseri. He was a member of Anjuman Naseri, and also he did so many social activities. When he died about 9 years ago, his family moved to Tehran, and his house was given to different poor families, and this led to the destruction and loss of many of the documents which were in this house. Many of the documents and manuscripts were stolen or ruined by the people who were living in this house. About 7 years ago, Arbab Mehraban's grandson, who is named after him, his name is also Mehraban, came to Yazd and very accidentally found a part of these manuscripts and documents. Some of the professors from German universities came and studied the manuscript, and they discovered how important this treasure is and how valuable documents were hidden in this house for about 90 years. And this led to the establishment of this manuscript. Actually, this manuscript was established in order to commemorate and honor this influential figure. The picture you see here is from about 100 years ago. This picture was taken in Arbab Mehraban's house. This is the yard of his house, and this is the picture of Arbab Mehraban and some other Zoroastrian merchants who established a company which was named Mazdi Asnan. And the aim of this company was to move the Zoroastrians from Yazd to Ahvaz, and they built the Kianabad and Kianbars neighborhood in Ahvaz because around the Karun River the condition was very good for agriculture and farming, so they led so many Zoroastrian families there in order to start farming and agriculture there. And Arbab Mehraban was the leader and of course the manager of this company. There is a small room here. Actually, this room is empty, and somehow it symbolizes the fire room which was in the house of the priest in the past. You know, the fire which is located in the fire temple has been living for about 1500 years, and in the past keeping the fire was not so easy. It was so difficult to keep the fire from the enemies. That's why the priest families, the high priest families, took some part of the fire to their houses and kept them in some secret rooms in their houses, and no one knew about that, in order to somehow support and back up that fire, so that if there is a problem with the fire, they could bring the fire to the fire temple and let the fire live, so continue its lives.
I guess this is the Mudra tree. Again, we had it in a Zoroastrian's museum.
The graduate certificate of some of the Zoroastrian girls, for example, this is for about 1936, about 9 years ago. This is also another one, and another one here. This shows that from the beginning of the modern schools in Iran, Zoroastrian girls had the right to study the same as the boy. There was no difference between the girls and the boys in the Zoroastrian families. This is the well and the well storage. You can see the well and the depth of it. If you look at the inside, see the lamp there.
Oh my goodness, wow.
Yeah.
It's so deep.
Yeah. How deep, do you know?
No.
About 100 meters. And the reason why in the priests' houses they used to dig a well. The reason is that, in all the Zoroastrian ceremonies, they needed to put the clean water on the table. So it was one of the necessary parts of any ceremony to have some clean water. And because in the past it wasn't easy to access clean water for the Zoroastrians, they were always afraid of not accessing this water. Therefore, they had to dig the well in their house. They took the water from the well and they directed here to this storage. This storage is about 2 meters deep. And there is a metal hose outside which they used in order to use the water. And you see some of the holy places in the Zoroastrian community, some holy places which are called Naraki, Naresune. In all of them, you see this well and storage.
Oh, I never really pay attention to that part.
Yes.
I thought that we had the well in every house. So interesting to realize it now.
Okay. And the reason that we have a room here is that they respected the person who took the water. This room somehow shows that they protected the person from the sunlight, from the wind, from the cold, from the warmth,
Okay, stamps and coins.
In this room, you see several different envelopes which all belong to Arba Mehraban. I mean, the name of Arba Mehraban is written on all of them. You see some envelopes with the stamps of Reza Shah. These are the stamps of Ahmad Shah. These are the stamps of Shir Khurshid. And these envelopes were all sealed. The sealed envelopes were for the letters which came from the outside Iran, foreign letters from other countries, or the letters which were from the government and they were somehow secret letters. In this room, we try to briefly introduce the life of Arba Mehraban. I told you that Arba Mehraban had many different activities and did many social activities. In this room, very briefly, we try to summarize his life through the documents we found in his collection. For example, these are the first certificates. The first certificates were given to people in the Reza Shah time. And this is the marriage certificate of Arba Mehraban and his wife. So Mehraban Fulad, Shirin bint Shah Bahram. These are some family letters which were from his mother, his wife, his family members. These are some business letters. These were from foreign letters, foreign businesses like, for example, Manchester, Mumbai, Calcutta, Iraq, and different countries. And these are internal relations, business relations. The cities like Tehran, Borujerd, Mohammare, or Khorramshahr, and so many other cities. This is a symbol of insurance which belonged to something they brought from India, and this is the insurance letter. Actually, I had some stock share in the Shahanshahi or the Imperial Bank of Persia. After the revolution, the Imperial Bank was changed to Tijarat. He was a stakeholder in that bank. This is the sample of his check. And these are the sample of his interest, share interest. These are related to the Mazde Asnan company, which I told you, they moved the Zoroastrian families to the south, some stock share, some letters, some contracts of the company. This is one of the most important documents in our collection. This is the document of Bagh Waqfi Shiraz. There is a garden in Shiraz which Arbab Mehraban bought and donated it to the Zoroastrian community. Okay? Because lots of Zoroastrian merchants were moving to Shiraz, he decided to buy a garden, and they built some buildings in it, some houses, some rooms, so that whenever a Zoroastrian goes to Shiraz, they have some place to go. They don't have to go to the hotels and things like that. And he was the donator of this garden, and the garden is still present. It's located on Zand Street, and all the Zoroastrians can use it for free. And here we have another very important document, which is the only written evidence of Zoroastrian Dari. You know, Dari is the dialect which is spoken by the Zoroastrians. In this letter, the letter starts in Persian, and from here they shift into Dari. They were talking about money and some secret things, so they wanted to somehow prevent the other people from understanding what they said. It's mentioned that if someone comes to you and asks about money, you say that you don't have any money, some secret. There you see the picture of Amshaspand. Amshaspand are the reflection of God's quality in human beings. The qualities of God which are endowed in the human beings. Sefantomayu means wisdom. Bohumana means good thoughts. Ashavashta means righteous, following the right path. Kshatravaidya means the power to control yourself. Sepanta Almighty means love and modesty. Haurvatot means perfection. And Ameratot means immortality. We believe that if we follow this path, we will get Amaratot or immortal, and we go back to the wisdom or God. The idea that we come from God and return to God. These were also found in his collection.
Oh, interesting. Kind of like
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. The copy, they were used as somehow filing and copying their documents. And this is the picture of Arbab Mehraban, which was painted on fabric.